Hi guys, it's Lisa. It's been a while, I know, and I'm back. Been wanting to do this for a really long time, and between one thing and another, and mostly internet and not having a lot of space, I haven't really had a chance to film. I just looked back. My last video was in September, so September, October, November, December. 4 months, I know. I did want to say hi and welcome back to any of you that have come back, and thanks for coming back and sticking with me. And new subbies, I know that I've had a few. Welcome. So just a little introduction again. I'm Lisa. I'm YarnYenta247 here on YouTube and on Instagram, and I'm also YarnYenta1 on Ravelry. So what's the traveling news? So if you're new and you haven't watched some of my old videos, I'll just do a really quick, I'm a full-time RVer with my husband and son. We've been traveling since June of 2014, and I kind of, as you can see, it's called Have Yarn Will Travel. So I do a little bit of travel-y stuff, and I post a lot of pictures on Instagram when we're traveling. And I like to knit and crochet and cross-stitch, so I talk about that here too. Traveling news. So the last time I recorded, we were in North Carolina, and right now we left North Carolina in November, went to Tennessee and worked there at Amazon in one of their fulfillment centers through the holiday up until the day before Christmas, and that was interesting. I was a packer in their fulfillment center, and it was 10 hours a day on my feet packing boxes. But worked with a nice bunch of people, and it was kind of a nice atmosphere. And the last week it was kind of cool because they had a DJ, so we had lots of music. Then we left there right after Christmas, and right now we're in Florida, and we're here. Well, we don't know yet. We're still figuring that out. We have to be out west in the spring in Colorado. That's our only commitment right now. So we're kind of winging it and playing it by ear. We're enjoying Florida, though it hasn't been as sunny as we were hoping. And it's been cold. I know it's not as cold as some places, and it certainly isn't as cold as where we were in New York. But we were expecting a little bit warmer weather. Today was sunny, and it did warm up a little. So that's pretty much the traveling news. I'm in my camper. The lighting's not that great. I usually like to record outside, but there's no place really to do that here. So I'm sitting on the floor of my camper. You may hear some snoring because my husband's sleeping very close by, or you may hear some talking because my son is, I think he's playing on video games. Not sure. He may be watching anime, so he may be quiet, but you may hear some noise, and I apologize if it's distracting. I have 4 cats, and they're roaming around, and a dog who may be roaming around as well. So that's all pretty much, I think, for the traveling news. And I have a lot to talk about with my crafty stuff, so I'm just going to get right to it. The other thing, too, that I went, because I didn't do a lot of knitting, when we were in North Carolina, it was long hours, and I was really tired, so I didn't knit or crochet as much. And then when we were at Amazon, I couldn't really do any knitting or crocheting because the repetitiveness really affected my hands, and so I just couldn't do it because I couldn't do both. And I was very grateful that once I stopped working there, my hands felt much better, and I was able to start knitting again and crocheting again and crafting again because, I really missed it. All right, so I do have some FOs because it has been a while, so I'm hoping that I was able to have some to show you. And so I'm going to start with my FOs, and I put them in my bag, which I posted on Instagram. It's my Star Wars bag that I got at Dollar General. I buy a lot of my project bags for $1 at Dollar General. Okay, what's in the bag? So the first thing I'm going to show you, this is a chain scarf, and it's just crocheted, and I wrapped it. I think I first got the pattern from OVW on YouTube. She did a tutorial. So let me do that. And this is for a friend of mine who actually bought me the yarn, and I have a bunch. She bought me 3 other colors to do, so I have some more to get done for her. that's my chain scarf. And this was made with Lion Brand, oh, I want to say tweed, but I'm not sure what the yarn was. That's the first one I forgot to write down. I may put a project page up on Ravelry. I haven't done that on this one yet, but I may. So that's my chain scarf. Let's see, the next thing I made, this is the Bluebell cowl. And it's a pattern by JC Knit Pearl Jam. She does YouTube videos. It's a really easy pattern. It was very fun to do. I think I first saw Margaret do it. And then I said, I can do that one, so I made that. And this is with Heartland yarn, and I'm going to show you that when I do stash enhancement, because that's what this came from. So I'll tell you what yarn it is when I do that. The other thing, oops, here comes a kitty. I think she's going to, my cat's over here. I don't know if you can see her. Sorry. Come on, there she. Okay. Oh, there's another one in the background. Okay, guys. It's okay, puppy do. No worries. This is the square from Brownie Knits, Gina from Brownie Knits, her 2015 blanket along. Oh, cat. Sorry about that, tail in the way. And that's just scrap yarn from my stash. And I've only done 4 squares now. This is, I think, the 5th one. It wasn't the 5th square that she, because I skipped a couple. But I have 5 squares done right now, and I'm still working on that. And, of course, the year's over, and I haven't finished, but I'm going to keep plugging away. Okay, and another FO I have are, these are called the flapless, well, no, they're called the long flap fingerless mitts. And I made these for my dear bestie in New York. She's in Brooklyn. And it's cold there, and she does work on the computer a lot in her apartment, and it's often cold. And so I made her these because I really liked the fact that you can fold them down, but then if her fingers get cold and she's not working, she can unfold them, and that will still keep her fingers warm. And this was a great pattern, very easy, pretty basic. It's free on Ravelry, and I do have a project page on my Ravelry group, my Ravelry. And I used Encore Plymouth for this one in the Blue Heather. So that was another one. And my last my last FO, this is the basic triangle shawl. It's also free, a free pattern on Ravelry. And I haven't blocked it yet, and I think when I block it, it will probably be a little bit bigger. I don't know if you can see it with this light, but it's kind of oranges and peachy purple. This is for a dear friend of mine who is going through chemotherapy right now. And so I made this comfort shawl. I kind of did a prayer shawl for her, which I'm going to send out. And the yarn that I used was, this was actually mill-end yarn that I had gotten a while back, probably last year, from Joann's. And I have no idea what kind of yarn it is, but it's very squishy and soft and very pretty. So, that is all my FOs. I think. Yeah. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I take that back. I have 2 more. Sorry. A big one, too. I can't believe I almost forgot. Okay, this is a little one. I just made another one of those earbud pouches. I made a little one for my son for his headphones, and I had sent one for my daughter, which I posted on Ravelry, which I sent out already. And I don't know if I showed this too, but I also made one this is made with sock yarn. This is a great pattern, and it's really fast, and I would highly recommend it, especially if you want something to hold your headphones in. It's really great. This one is made with worsted weight, and it obviously came out bigger. And this is like Red Heart, and I think this was the Debbie Norville Premier sock yarn. There's Serenity, I think it is. And in this one, I usually put, I don't have it in here now, but I usually put like my charging cords. I can fit my 2 charging cords and 2 cubes. I think I can fit in here, which I like sometimes to take with me. So this is a great nice size. So that's that. And the last one, last but not least, this is my, I want to make sure I'm holding it the right way. Drum roll, please, because I'm so proud of this. This was the Minecraft pillow that I made for my son. And it's a creeper. If anybody knows Minecraft, then you know it's a creeper pillow. And I used bits, I used scraps. Actually, my son and I went shopping, and he picked out the greens to make it so that it would be the right color. And I just made little granny squares. I think they're like 2-inch granny squares. And I put them all together. And then the back, I just did one big solid granny square. I just kept going bigger and bigger. I don't know if you can see that it's a granny square. And I used a pillow insert that I got from Joann's to put inside it and sewed it together. And this took a while. I think I started it in May. It was for his birthday. And he's very patient because I often make things for birthdays for him and my husband, and they never get them on time. Birthdays, Christmas, that kind of thing. So he's very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. And I was so excited to finally get it done. Okay. Those are all my FOs. Works in progress. Let me see. I wrote a list. I kind of pared things down a little. I don't have that many. I have 4 works in progress that I'm actually actively working on. There's a couple that I kind of put in the back burner, on the back burner for right now, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them. But the active ones, I'll show you this first because I've been working on this quite steadily recently. This is my $5 in Paris. I'll go back here so you can kind of see. And I'm just up to the ribbing on the bottom. You probably can't, I don't know if you can see the bottom, but I'm working on the ribbing. I use Karen Simply Soft in the gray heather, dark gray heather, I think it's called. And then the blue is Oceana. I think it's Oceana. I have one skein here which has Ocean. So it's the dark gray heather and Ocean, and it's Karen Simply Soft, which I think is actually what the pattern calls for. It's another free pattern in Ravelry. I'm having trouble tonight. It's late here. It's like midnight, and it was finally quiet, which is often not the case here. So that's why I waited till I was so late to do this, because I wanted quiet. But of course now I'm kind of tired and babbling a little, so I apologize if I'm just rambling. This is my first sweater, and I'm kind of excited to almost be done. I'm hoping it'll look okay. I tried it on a couple times, and I had to do some increases, and I hope that I did enough. We'll see. So that should be done pretty soon because I'm really getting close, and I've been trying to kind of power away on it, mostly. So that's that, and I recommend it. I've kind of recommended this sweater a lot. I had seen Emily Crochet.knit and Monica Malin B. They both made those sweaters last year, I think it was, and that's where I kind of saw it and said, I'm going to try that one. So now I'm going to be making some more sweaters. That's in my future. The other whip, this is called Hufflepuff. This is a pattern by Laura, a crochet Hoovian. It's a toy, obviously. It's crochet. It's not knit because I do both. And I've been working on this a while, and I really need to finish it now. And it's a great pattern. I highly recommend it. It's on Ravelry. It's a pay-for pattern. I was actually one of the test knitters or crocheters, and but I didn't get it done as quickly as some other people did. But I'm still working on it, Laura, if you're watching, and I love it, and I can't wait to finish it. I do have one other. I do have the hand. I have to do another hand, close it up, and then do the top. So I'm working on that. And this is Red Heart. I'm using Super Saver, and I think that's the autumn colorway, and then a green. I don't know what's the exact colors, but there's my stuffing. And that one, I didn't show you. I had to show you. I forgot. So my $5 in Paris, I'm doing on size 6 needles. I meant to say that too, and it's in my Muppets bag. So that's where that's living. And my Hufflepuff is living in my Monsters Inc. Because this is the bag I use when I make monsters. Okay, I know, silly. Anyway, that's that. So I showed you Hufflepuff. Okay, so this is going to be the year of the sweater and the blanket, and I'll show you why. Because not only am I making, I'll show you the first whip, that's a blanket. It's part of the BK blanket along. I think this is the square number 7. I'm not sure. I know I probably should have written down what number it was. But anyway, this is as much as I've gotten done. I think that's the first row. I think I've done one repeat. Oh, I just lost my stitches and I dropped my stitch marker. Oh, I dropped my stitch marker. My little turtle stitch marker. I don't know if you can see that. Whoops, it's backwards. There, see my turtle stitch marker. Okay. I think it's my square number 6 that I've done, I think. But I think the actual number in the pattern is number 7, but I'm not positive. So, but it's on my project page. I think I put a picture of this on my project page. I have a project up on Ravelry for the whole blanket, and I've been posting pictures of the squares as I've been doing them. And I think I may have done one of this in progress. So you can always go check that out. It's great. It's a great pattern. It's been a lot of fun. Other people have been doing it. I think a lot of people are finished with it now because the whole pattern is complete because she went through January to December. So it's a square a month if you actually did it on time. But this is going to end up obviously being the blanket of BK 2016 because I didn't finish it yet. But I'm still working on it. I haven't given up. I've been enjoying it, and I like doing the squares because it's pretty portable, and when you work on it, they do end up being done fairly quickly. Okay, so that's blanket number 1. This is blanket number 2. This was in hibernation that I pulled out because I really wanted to get it done this year. So I finally pulled it out again, and it's a granny square blanket. I've gotten up to the second row this far done, and then there's the rest of it, of the rest of the row that I have to do. So that's it's hard to probably see, but that's as long as it's going to be. It will fit on my bed, which is a queen size bed. So it's small squares with a white border, and I finally, after watching Bob Wilson 123 on how to join in the round, I finally sat down and watched her video because I really wanted to do that. I just think it'll be a lot better if I do it as I go. So that's what I'm working on. I actually also finally weaved in all the ends that I had so far because there were a lot, and I'm really going to try hard not to do that because that was just not fun. Now that I'm all caught up with the ends, I'm going to try to do it as I go, just like when I join them. When I join the square in, I'm going to try to do the ends at the same time, so I don't have like millions of little ends to weave in at the end because it probably won't ever get done if I do that. And this is obviously scrap. This is all scrap yarn. And I actually have all the centers done. I have a bag full of all the centers, if you can see that. And so now what I'm doing is I think I have some in the middle. So I have these that I've started already. So I had the centers, and I did the white up to the last row. And now I can add the last row as I attach them. So I have these already done with the white. It's actually like an off-white, ready to go. And then I'm going to go back to this and add the white and go and on and on and on. Rinse, wash, rinse, repeat till it's all put together. And this is, I'm using, for the outside, like I said, it's all scraps. Mostly Red Heart, I think, but I just took scraps from my stash. But the outside I've got a couple of these 1-pound baby from Karen, and this I think is discontinued, and I grabbed the last few last year, and this is Ecru is the color. So I have like 3 of these, well 2 full ones left, and part of the third one I'm hoping is going to be enough, because I don't think I can get it again. I don't think I can get any more of it, unless maybe I can check Ravelry, I don't know. So that is my granny square blanket. this granny square blanket. I'm also making another granny square blanket, and some of you who follow on Instagram, and if you happen to follow Ming Mao Amy, she started it, and it's all her fault. I blame you, Amy, if you're watching. She's doing what she called the ugly blanket of 2016. And so she's basically just randomly picking yarn from her scraps, and however it comes out, she's just going with it. Which to me was a big challenge because I do not like random. I've figured out. It's like so out of my comfort zone. I love to match, and I love to have colors be coordinated, and so this was really hard for me, which is one of the reasons why I decided to do it. Oh, you can see my son's right there. There he is. Say hi, Adam.
Hi.
So I have 2 squares done, and I will show you. This is the first one I did, and then this is the second one. And I, never mind. Sorry, it's right there. So I have two done. Even though she's doing one a month, I got sort of obsessed after all this. I made it a little bit structured because random. I know. It's kind of, I need an intervention. It's a problem. So these are my rules for my ugly blanket. Okay, there can only be 4 colors per square. I felt like that was good enough. The colors are being picked randomly from my stash. I have tons of stuff that I just want to use up. Mostly, it's all going to be acrylic because I want to do something that's pretty washable and easy to care for. And I get one repick. I know. If I don't like one of the colors that go, I only get to do it once. Then I get to pick another. Just one. I don't have to though if I don't want to, but I'm giving myself permission to do that. But then in terms of the rest of it, it's going to be random. I'm not going to put it together any special way. And then 2 rows probably of black to join. So the squares are 10 by 10, or well actually they're 9 before the black, and then there'll be 10. And I'm going to probably do, she's doing one a month. I'm going to try to do one a week. We'll see. That's my plan. So that's my ugly blanket of 2016. It's a hashtag on Instagram. Come join us. Make an ugly blanket. Okay. That's all. That's it for my whips. And why I said you're the blanket is because I also have yarn that I bought back a few months ago for a blanket for my son. I promised him a blanket. So it probably will take me till next year to do it, but it's also on my list, and when I start that, I will show you guys that one. Alright, so that's all for my FOs and my whips, but I do have enhancement. So I have a lovely viewer, subscriber, who I've gotten to become a little friendly with, and if you're watching, you know who you are because, oh, the cat just knocked the camera down, sorry. Okay, she asked if she could send me some yarn because she was getting rid of stuff and decluttering and all destashing and all that, and I'm like, well, who turns down yarn, right? I thought, I'd get some yarn. Oh my god. So, I'm just going to show you. I got a box. I got a box. This is the box of yarn that she sent me. And she sent me other things besides yarn. She sent me some knitting needles. She sent me some project bags. She sent me some cross stitch stuff. I mean, and you know who you are, and thank you so much. I love you. I'm just so happy. Okay. You may hear some crinkling, and I'm really sorry about that, but so she sent me, this is Heartland in the, I'm going to open the bag, and it's the Glacier Ice colorway, or Glacier Bay, sorry, Glacier Bay colorway. Can you see that? And there's 3 skeins of that. And I actually used one skein. That was the one I used for the cow, for the bluebell cow. So, then there's Heartland. Some more Heartland. I really love Heartland, actually. I think it's a really nice yarn. This is called Hot Springs. It's a really pretty purple. see it through the plastic. I probably should take it out of the plastic, but I'm trying to keep it so I don't have to, it'll be easier for me to store, which, as you know, storage is a big problem. Oh, this cat keeps moving. I'm sorry, guys. My cat's right here. I'll turn the camera so you can kind of see her little tiny butt there. Can you see her? There's one cat. I've got another one up there, too. She's up there. But she keeps moving closer to the camera, so I have to keep moving over a little. This is going to be weird. And I don't edit, guys. I'm sorry. It's what you get. What you see is what you get. All right. Then, this is actually, there's a hole, so I can take this out. This is also Heartland. It's just 3 skeins of that. And it's in the Olympic colorway, and it's a really pretty blue, which I guess you can kind of see. Really pretty blue. All right. And I have okay, so this is ice yarn, which I've never bought, but I go on their website a lot, and I get very overwhelmed. I don't know if you've ever been on their website, but it's a little overwhelming. So I never bought anything from there, but I always wanted to try it. And I think it's Jan Crothers. She does a video too. She buys and uses ice a lot, and so I've seen it on her video quite a bit. Well, I have a whole big bag of it. Look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 skeins. And it's a really nice purple, and it's Paco Alpaca. And it's 25% alpaca, 25% wool, and 50% acrylic. And it's really pretty, it's really soft, it's a fingering weight. I looked it up to see. And, sorry about the crinkling, I am going to make a flax light. Tin Can Knits just came out with a light fingering weight version of their flax sweater. So, that is on my agenda for this year. I'm planning on making that. And I'm going to use that yarn with it. And then she also sent me, this is all Cicada, Plymouth Italian collection, Cicada. It's 45% cotton, 40% superwash, 15% nylon. And I don't know if the colorways, I think they're just numbers. There's 2 of these. These are kind of like, I don't know if you can see. Blue, they're like a turquoisey, and browns and orange purples. It's really pretty. There's 2 of those, 1 of those, and then 1 of these, which has got some purples and oranges and greens. So I've got lots of sock yarn. And then, like I said, she has sent me some crochet hooks. These are the clover ones, there goes my cat. Come on, kitty. That's my Misty girl. Which I've never tried, and these are great. I really like them. And cross-stitch stuff, and I just thank you so much again. I'm like overwhelmed. I had no idea. I did not have any idea. Okay, more enhancements. How long is this? 28. Okay, I'm going to try to keep this a little short if I can. All right, so one of the things that I try to do as we're traveling is get souvenir yarn or fiber from places that we go. And certainly if we stay, spend the night or whatever, at least a night, I try to get, or stay there, of course. So I did get some souvenir yarn and fiber when I was in North Carolina. And I'll show you the fiber. Just a little fluffy stuff just to spin with. And then this is like a wine color to purple, gray, like a light purple to a gray. And it's really soft and fluffy. And the other one, this is just plain white. And I just bought some white because I'm still a very new spinner. I haven't done any spinning in months and months. So I'm new to it, and I wanted to have some plain just to practice. So I just got that. My goal is to spin a little bit of each fiber that I get. I'd like to be able to spin a lot, but at least get a little bit, enough to make a square, because eventually I'm going to make a memory blanket of our travels. And, each state that we went to. And then I did get a beautiful skein of sock yarn. And this is from, it's 100% merino superwash. And it's just, I love this. It's got greens and purples, and I don't know, I think it is pretty true to color, but it's gorgeous. And I'm going to, actually, this is really going to be a pair of socks, I decided. So, and this came from Yarns to Die For, in Hendersonville, North Carolina, and this is they dye this. It's not their yarn, but they've dyed the yarn. And then the fiber came from a place called the Wool Room, which was also in Hendersonville, and that's her own fiber that she dyes as well. The Wool Room right here, and she was lovely. We went there and she gave me a little spinning lesson. She wasn't open, but she lives there, so she saw us when we pulled in, and she opened the store for us. And she was a lovely woman, and I enjoyed it. I wish I was there longer. I would would have taken classes from her. Okay, I have more. I know. Oh my God! But don't forget, this is like over months of collecting. It's not just that recent, because I haven't filmed since September, so. But a lot of this was more recent. I got my first opal yarn. I've never had opal. I see everybody on Instagram especially knitting their socks with opal, and they're so lovely. I get an email from a place called Little Knits. I wrote it down. Little Knits. I get an email. If any of you get their newsletter, you know they have really good prices and sales on yarn. And they were having a really good sale, half price, on some opal. So I ordered. I was pretty good. I only got 4. So I'm going to show you what I got. This is, which one is this? I can't remember. Is this the Little Prince one? I got one that's the Little Prince. Is that the Little Prince one? No. Okay, this is Little Prince, and it's in the Little Prince on His Planet. That's this one. And then this is Potpourri, and it's City Whispering. And it's coming out pretty good, I think. And this is also Potpourri, and this is in A Rosy Outlook, it's called. It's got like pinks and turquoises, and very pretty. I'm very excited to use this. And this one is also Potpourri, and it's called Love of Nature. So that's my opal. And I'm very excited to make socks with this. Do you guys split these up into 2 equal balls, or how do you do it so that it comes out to be the same? I haven't used this yarn before, and most of the time when I've made socks, it's been from 2 smaller skeins. I think I had one where I had to separate it. So if you have any suggestions, comment down below and let me know what the best way is to make the 2 socks. I like to do them 2 at a time, not on the same needle. I usually do 2 at a time on 2 different needles. So I could look for some suggestions. If you guys could let me know, that would be great. Okay, this is the last box of stuff, I promise. So what's in here? Okay, I was a backer for Pacifica Yarn Company, which is Johnny. They do a new stitch a day. Him and his wife started Yarn Academy, I think it's called. They started a yarn company. It's called Pacifica Yarn Company. It's based out of California, and it's California cotton, 45% California cotton, 55% Texas wool. It's spun in Wisconsin, dyed in Maine. This is their DK weight called Zephyr, and I was a backer. I gave a little money, not a lot, and as a backer you got as a gift one skein of yarn, and I got to pick the color I wanted, and this color is Orchid. And then they were offering, when they were getting ready to ship it out, you could get it more for like, I don't know, 20% off or something. So I bought another one just so I'd have enough for something, I don't know. And their idea was to be able to have some nice, really good warm weather, because it's California, yarn that people could use, make sweaters and garments with. So it's really nice. It's very pretty. It's soft. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but that's that. Okay, let's see what else. Now, I got on the Felici bandwagon. Everybody was getting Felici from Knit Picks. And I finally ordered my first. This is, oh my god, it's gorgeous. Oh, I love it. So soft. And the colors are beautiful. I understand now what the hoopla is. And I don't know what the color is. I don't remember what the color is. Sorry, guys. The number is on here, but oh wait, you know what? I have the paper. It might say on there. Fanciful. It's called Fanciful. See? It's so pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors, and it is so soft. So I do understand, and I wish I could have bought more, but I couldn't. But it was on sale, and I bought this. All of this was a sale. I think it might have been their Cyber Monday sale, but I'm not sure. It was when they were having that big sale, and everybody was buying. I also got, because I wanted to try it, and it was on sale, and I've been looking at it for a while. I got Chroma fingering, and this is in the. Again, I have to look on my thing. I think it's called, Wildflower colorway. So that's Chroma, and again, don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I just... Okay, so I had a little technical difficulty, and I ran out of room, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to get to do this, so it may go off again, and I apologize if it does. Okay, so I had a little technical difficulty, and I ran out of room, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to get to do this, so it may go off again, and I apologize if it does. I have 2 more skeins to show you from Knit Picks. I wanted to try the Brava, and I got the Sport Weight, and this was really cheap, like $1.49, and I just wanted to check it out because it's a fairly reasonably priced acrylic, and it's really soft. I really like it, and I would definitely, when I'm looking for acrylic, I will definitely think about this as a really good priced, very soft. I got the silver, and I got currant. Really beautiful colors. I was going to make mitts with these. I'm not sure. I still might. It's 273 yards, and like I said, this is the Sport Weight. Okay, that's it for my enhancements. I have a big mess down here now, and I don't know where everything is, but I want to talk real quick about my goals. I don't have that many. I want to stash down. I'm on a yarn ban, the unofficial official yarn ban. That's a hashtag on Instagram. I'm doing that with a few people. I think Ming Mouse maybe started it. I'm going to try not to buy any yarn for 6 months, maybe a year, but at least I'm shooting for 6. Started January 1. And the only stipulation is if I run out of yarn for a project that I've started. And my second goal is I've got a Whips to FO hashtag 2016. I really want to start 2017 with nothing on the needles or a crochet hook. So either I'm going to frog it at the end of the year on like New Year's Eve, or I'm going to get it finished. So that's my goals. I think that's it. I am going to be starting a cross stitch this week, the 15th, from Frosted Pumpkin. I ordered their Adventures on the Go, I think it's called. I don't remember. It's their new one. It's like little travel ones every month. So here's my thread for that. And in starting that project, I ordered a needle minder from, I don't know if you can see it, from Lindy Stitches. Go check her out. She's got a shop on Etsy. And that's Yoda. And it says, "Judge me by my size, do you?" And I'm going to be using that with my project. So that's my goals. That's what's coming up. I'm going to be making some sweaters. Like I said, I want to do the flax light. I want to make a cardigan, maybe the harvest cardigan. I think I'm going to be doing that crochet along cardigan with Claire, Bob Wilson 123. And I have 2 other sweaters that I may try to get to this year, but I'm not making any promises, so I'm not even going to mention them right now. I do have yarn for them, though. I think that's it. I guess I'm going to say goodbye now, because I hope that this won't end abruptly. If it does, I apologize. So, happy crafting out there. I missed you guys. I'm glad to be back. I'm going to try to tape more regularly. I don't know. Internet is always iffy. But we'll see. All right. Bye.